Look, I think if you're an avid listener of the show, you know I'm not a fan of ERCOT, the Electric Reliability Council of Texas. And, the R for reliability is just,
right,
ridiculous. That's the company that operates Texas's electrical grid, which is separate from the national energy grid, and it supplies power to more than 25 million Texas customers. The company that couldn't handle the cold in Austin this winter and then chose which places to shut power down, which was most zip codes in Austin, including one that had all the water purification systems. So those went offline because Austin Water and ERCOT couldn't pick up the phone and communicate with each other. Then we didn't have water for a week, and we all smelled like rear ends that were still thawing out. Anyways, you've heard that whole rant from me before, right? You also probably heard how ERCOT was threatening to cut power off this past week if millions of Texans didn't lay off the AC in 99-degree weather. Hey, just keep it hot, right? Well, look, I was ready to move on, okay? I get over things quickly. That's just the way it is. Not really, but I was ready to move on. Since we got past ERCOT's Friday deadline. And surely that's the last time they will threaten to cut power this summer. That still hadn't started until today, right? Yeah. Well, I can't because over the weekend, John F. and Charles sent me a little story. And that story was that several Texans are alleging that ERCOT remotely raised the thermostat in their homes to like 80 degrees this last week.
Huh?
How did they do that?
Well,
raised it remotely.
I got it now.
So Austin Energy, is that Austin Energy that did it, or ERCOT?
Well, we'll get to. I mean, ERCOT controls all of the energy.
I remember people used to have, when I was living in Austin Energy thermostats. So I wonder if they have like back end access to those.
Interesting. Well, we'll get into it a little bit. The motherfuckers are baking people in their homes while they sleep, guys. It turns out people with smart thermostats, specifically in the Houston area, got their heat turned way up remotely as a part of a 3-hour energy saving event from ERCOT, according to the notifications they got on Wednesday. And the problem is, for people like Deer Park resident Brandon English, he was at work when the heat started getting cranked up remotely, and his wife and kids were napping, and they woke up sweating in the house as it got to nearly 80 degrees before Brandon got home. And he's not too happy with ERCOT because his 3-month-old baby was hot to the touch and almost overheated. I think we have a picture of him coming home and grabbing his baby. Bubba could throw that up. Here he is coming.
Worse than an overheated baby.
Here he is coming from home, and he's like, "Oh, look, here's my baby that I'm holding in the air." And I'm giving Bubba plenty of time to put it up. Yeah, and Bubba, here he goes. There it is.
Oh, no. That baby's on fire.
That baby's on fire, yeah.
That was worth it.
Yeah, good job, Bubba. That's bullshit, though. Like
that was worth the delay.
That's one of the contributors to SIDS. Is hot baby.
That's a hot baby.
That baby was really on fire.
It was literally on fire.
One of the kids got his ass beat too because they're like, "Who touched the thermostat?" It wasn't me. And then somebody. That's causing a lot of fights in households
for sure. The 3-month-old baby was almost overheating. The thing is,
Mark put a picture up of the Incredibles guy holding his baby who is
Jack likes to get on fire.
For the audio.
Mr. Incredible, something's wrong with Jack. That's the thing, though. ERCOT doesn't seem to the thing that ERCOT doesn't seem to get is that not everyone's 25 and healthy. You can't just turn people's houses up to 80 degrees when they have children and pets and potentially like grandparents living with them. You can't do it. Technically, the company that raised everyone's home temperature before everyone freaks out on me is not ERCOT. It's called Energy Hub, and Energy Hub has a fine print that enrolls people into a Smart Savers Texas program, which basically means they can raise your thermostat remotely all summer long through a number.
Not what you think when you check that box.
Nope.
You're not thinking, oh, okay, they're gonna just jack me up to 80 whenever.
They also offer like a sweepstakes to win like some like cruise or bullshit. Like they just basically, if you don't uncheck the box, you're signed up for this program. And they remote into devices such as Ecobee, Honeywell, which is my new thermostat, which is a smart thermostat, Lux, and Google Nests, and now Apple devices are in the works with Energy Hub too. So basically, tons of people are signing up. Yeah, anything.
Every house.
Yeah. Basically, every house in Texas with a new thermostat is auto-enrolled into this fucking program because of ERCOT. Like, even though Energy Hub is behind it, right? Tons of people are signing up for this thing. They don't know what it is. And then ERCOT says when it's high stress on the grid for Energy Hub to start pulling the remote bullshit and start cranking everyone's heat up. So Energy Hub and ERCOT are in this together. They're just burning people in their houses. It's ridiculous. You can opt out at any time according to Energy Hub CEO, if you can get your sweaty hands to work on a phone or a computer and are willing to wait a half day on hold.
Yeah, exactly.
Such bullshit, dude. That's
It's
absolute
insane.
bullshit.
How is that fucking legal? It's in fucking saying that ERCOT and Energy Hub are
because
like doing.
because of the way Texas is, right? I mean, because it's a completely unregulated.
It's time to vote that off. Time to vote that out.
It's never going to happen because they're in the pockets of oil and gas. It's never going to happen.
Time to get it out of here.
Right? They seem to like the system.
Well, not when they burn to death this summer, which is coming.
I mean, they haven't so far though. In the summer, there hasn't been any catastrophe.
This will be the first, but this will be the first time when it happens, which it will. I'm guessing in July, something like 135 people or 200 people died in the winter from carbon monoxide poisoning. One guy froze to death in his recliner. Hundreds and more like thousands of people will die when the energy goes out this winter or this summer. People will die in their homes, and it's time to make a change. Anyways.